Hello, before we get into today's video, I just want to have a little disclaimer that I'm not a doctor. I am just sharing my experience for you to learn from. So that's what this video is about. It's just my personal experience. So take what you want from it and yeah, enjoy. How's it going? We're gonna do a little different video today. I am getting ready and so I thought I would do a little chit chat with you guys. And basically just talk about why I think that I have SIBO and why I think I had Candida Overgrowth and leaky gut. I think that they're all very much connected. So yeah, let me just start getting ready because I need to leave in a little bit. And so I'm gonna get ready and talk. We're just gonna be like two girlies hanging out while we talk about our gut issues. Okay, so let me just kind of go back in time a little bit. When I was a kid, I had a lot of food allergies. I went and got allergy shots. I don't exactly remember what type of allergy shot. I was pretty young. I think I was like under 10. So basically what they would do is they would give me some diflucan while they would give me this allergy shot. And diflucan it's basically for yeast overgrowth. The doctor I was seeing, he suspected that I had a yeast overgrowth, and so the diflucan was supposed to kill the yeast while I got the allergy shots. So I had several different rounds of this when I was a kid. I don't really remember or know exactly the amount or like how long I did this for or anything. I should probably ask my mom about this. Mom, if you're watching, let me know in the comments. Anyways, so that's when I was a kid, and so I just remember like my mom had to make me a lot of special food. I couldn't eat a lot of different foods, so I was definitely restricted a lot when I was a kid. And I did sauna therapy too a lot because I had these like built up toxins in my body. So I was doing all of this when I was really young. And then fast forward to when I was a teenager, I didn't have as many food allergies. I had a lot of environmental allergies. Like I have asthma, and so I had to use my inhaler a lot, and I was out playing sports. And so the grass and dirt and things like that would bother me, and I just remember having to use my inhaler a lot. And I was eating pretty like normal, I would say. Like my parents are pretty healthy, so they would feed me a lot of healthy food. But when I would go out, like I would eat Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, McDonald's, you know, all those things. I would eat sugar and ice cream and pizza and just everything. You know, I wasn't as restricted when I was a teenager. Then I get into college. So college, I am truly eating whatever I want. And I'm also drinking and just, you know, living my best party life when I was in college. I was a party girly. I loved having a good time, drinking, going out, staying up late, not sleeping good, all those things that you typically do in college. That was me, okay? And then I got pretty depressed and had a lot of anxiety. I went on some antidepressants and anti-anxiety medicine. I lost a lot of weight. I was pretty skinny. And then I got sick and had to use antibiotics. I also remember I had some food poisoning around the same time that I had the antibiotics, like within the same like 6 months, I would say. I don't remember exactly what came first. But anyways, I was sick. I had to be on antibiotics for several weeks. Before this, I only had antibiotics just a few times, maybe like one other time in college. Not like a whole bunch of times, but I definitely wasn't taking any kind of probiotics or eating well or anything, taking care of myself at all. So it was just a bad combination. So after I had the food poisoning and the antibiotics, I guess maybe like a year later, I was just noticing that I was getting really bloated, and I was just thinking, I was also very fatigued, and I had some other symptoms like the anxiety and depression. So anyways, I was talking to my mom. I was like, what if I have some food allergies again? So I went to a holistic doctor and got tested, and I had so many food allergies. And this doctor also tested for Candida Overgrowth, and I had never heard of Candida Overgrowth at all. She did it with a blood test, and I had never heard of it. I was mostly concerned about the food allergies, and then I just had a lot of different food allergies, and I just didn't understand why. And my doctor was like, yeah, I've never seen this before. Like, she would call me Bubble Girl. And then she recommended me getting rid of the Candida Overgrowth, so then I worked on that. That took a long time, and I did finally get rid of the Candida Overgrowth. As most of y'all know, I have a lot of videos on how I did that on my channel. That happened. I got rid of my Candida Overgrowth, but I was still having some symptoms. And I was also very deficient in a lot of different vitamins and minerals, may I add. So there was a lot going on, and I didn't really understand it or like know what to do. And I was seeing my holistic doctor, and she was basically giving me LDA shots to help with the food allergies. But I was like, this is not really fixing the problem. Sure, maybe the LDA shots are helping with the food allergies, but like, why do I have all those food allergies to begin with? So I was doing like my own research, and then I learned more about leaky gut. And so I tested for leaky gut by doing a stool test. You get like a zonulin add-on, and depending on where the zonulin levels are, that indicates if you have leaky gut or not. So I did that, and leaky gut is basically if your gut has little holes in it, and so toxins, foods, and other things can kind of get into your bloodstream and be very inflammatory to your body. Yeah, I had that. And so I was like, okay, this is the root cause of all my issues. It's this leaky gut. Maybe it also caused my Candida overgrowth, because sometimes if you have leaky gut, you also have Candida overgrowth and other things. So sometimes they go like hand in hand. So then I spent 10 or 11 months healing leaky gut, getting rid of it, basically fixing my gut in that way, healing it and everything. And I was feeling really good. Once I discovered that I healed leaky gut, I was still having some symptoms, mainly the bloating, and also I was experiencing some acne and some other things too. Like, I can't really remember exactly all of them. Like, I've felt everything: anxiety, depression, ADHD, asthma, all those things. So I went to see a functional medicine doctor, and I was like, hey, I had Candida overgrowth, I had leaky gut, I'm still experiencing a lot of different bloating, and I just like don't understand what's going on. And basically she was like, well, have you ever tested for SIBO? And I was like, no, I haven't. And the best way to test for SIBO is by doing a breath test. In the stool test, there is an indicator on whether or not you might have SIBO, but it's not confirmed that you have it. Doing the stool test, it wasn't like confirmation that that's exactly what I had. So I did the breath test, and there's two different types of SIBO, and I have both types. I think it's methane and something with an H. I'll put the two different kinds right here, but I have both of them. Lucky me. So why do I think that I have SIBO? That's a great question. I don't know if I'll ever know the answer, because I don't know how long that I've had it. I could say that it's because of the food poisoning back when I got that in like 2018. But this is something that I could have had for a very long time. I really don't know, if I'm being honest. It is something that you can get if you have antibiotics, food poisoning, or something else. Like maybe your liver isn't functioning right, you don't have enough stomach acid. There's a ton of different reasons why someone could get SIBO, and I just don't really know exactly why. I can't say this is one specific reason like why I have it. I just don't know. But I have it, and even though I healed the Candida overgrowth and I healed my leaky gut, SIBO to me is like the root cause of why I had Candida overgrowth and why I had leaky gut. Like, to me, SIBO is the root cause of everything. So me spending all this time healing my leaky gut, healing Candida overgrowth is great, and I learned a lot and everything, and I definitely feel so much better. But if I don't heal the SIBO, it can just all come back. So I think that healing the SIBO is the most important thing for me to do right now, and I did choose to go the natural route with different herbs and through diet and lifestyle. So that's what I'm trying. I honestly don't know why I have all these gut health issues. I think I was born with some problems because of all the food allergies that I had when I was a kid. And I think just the combination of taking different antibiotics and then spending many years drinking, eating bad, it just wasn't a good combination for my body. And also I think that I had some trauma and a dysregulated nervous system. So that's why in my videos I mention the nervous system a lot and like doing things to help regulate it, because you can store different emotions in your body and they can cause different kinds of diseases. So anyways, I just think it's a combination of so many different things, and I really can't tell you exactly why I have it. But I am really trying to heal it in a natural way. I am open to taking antibiotics for SIBO. I know that a lot of people go that route, but to me, I just think that doing it naturally, since I've done everything else so naturally, like healing the Candida Overgrowth, healing leaky gut, I've done all of that in a very natural way. So it just makes sense for me to continue going in a natural route with healing the SIBO. And even though it takes longer and it's harder, in a lot of ways I think it's harder because you have to change your lifestyle, you have to change what you're eating. It's more restrictive too, but I think that for me anyways, it's the best approach. And hopefully once I get rid of it, I can continue to live a lifestyle that will be very healing and that I won't get it again. That's why I want to share everything on YouTube, because a lot of, I don't know, let me do my lips really quick. Okay. I forgot what I was saying, but everyone has a very different experience, and I think that with the whole gut health, SIBO, Candida, leaky gut, all of those things, I think that it's very new and people are still discovering a lot of different things and different connections between them, and so I don't know everything about it. I am just sharing what I'm learning because it's overwhelming, okay? It's overwhelming, and there's so many different things online about what the right thing to do is, and I really think everyone needs an individualized approach. Oh, my camera overheated, so about that. But what I was saying was I think everyone needs an individualized approach, and just because something is working for me or somebody else doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to work for you. But I think expanding your knowledge and trying a lot of new things is what is going to be the best, but also working with someone who kind of knows what they're talking about. I didn't work with anyone when I was healing my Candida Overgrowth, but I did work with someone when I was healing my leaky gut, and honestly I really liked working with someone and having them explain things to me, except instead of me having to like go and research everything. So I do recommend working with someone. That's kind of a little bit about my story. Basically, I don't know why I have all these issues. I think it's just a combination of different things. So it is a little frustrating to me having all these issues, but I just kind of feel like a big experiment with myself, and so I'm happy to be sharing my experience with you guys and hopefully inspiring you to get to the root cause of your health issues, because every time I discover something and learn about it, there's always different layers to it and different connections. So I will always encourage you to get to the root cause of your health issues, because if I just tested for SIBO like back in 2019, then I wouldn't have spent like all these years working on issues that weren't really the root cause issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course it was super beneficial for me to get rid of the Candida Overgrowth and to heal my leaky gut, but I feel like if I tackled SIBO to begin with, then I wouldn't have not wasted, I don't want to say wasted, I didn't waste time, but I spent a lot of time healing things when they weren't the root cause of my health issues. Dealing with your trauma, dealing with your dysregulated nervous system, and testing your gut health and adding beneficial foods supplements, anything that you need is what's going to really heal, and that's what I'm trying to do personally. So I'm really happy to be sharing this. I hope you guys enjoy watching me and watching my experience, and hopefully that you're learning stuff, because I really want to just share my experience so that you can learn from it. That's all I wanted to say. I'm done getting ready. I just have to change. So thank you guys for hanging out with me while I get ready, and give it a like if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.